Alright guys, we have a little light at a distance, again 520 feet. The day is overcast, as you can see, so the light is rather ambient. Alright, so we are going to lower it down again. Touch the water, come back up, we're going to do it again. Touch the water, back up, and touch the water again, and come back up. Hopefully I kept that in center frame as much as possible. Now, can I tell, right there, just the right of that bird box, is another little light. You can kind of see it twinkle from here. Alright, so we're going to see what happens when we lower it down. Touching the water. Coming back up. Alright. And by the way, it's just to the right of it. I know it's kind of hard to tell or see anything. Alright. It just looks like one more sparkle. Just one more sparkle. And bring it back up. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Come down. Touching the water. Right about there. That's touching the water. Hold it in place. And bring it back up. And there's the light right there. Alright. Oh, sorry about that, guys. That's wiping the water off. Alright, so as you can see, a little sparkly right there, and right about there. Now, you guys really can't see it, but this one right here, I can see it's got a nice little reflection. Okay, and I actually see it off the water. There's a reason why it's really kind of hard to tell from here, but you'll see it. Well, you're not really going to see it from there, but let's go check these out. And if all went well, then you should still be able to see that light right there. All right. From the distance. Hopefully the, you know, even though, yeah, I still got some chop going on and a little bit of, somewhat some sparkle going on, I might have been able to catch it. Now let's find out. I won't find out until I look at the footage. So hopefully I do, because that'll be very important, because that point right there is 800 feet, give or take. I mean, I think from where I was at, it was probably a little bit further, but that of course is the 520, and that one in the distance is 800. Be nice if I could catch it, but again, I'm not using a very good camera, okay? So I can't really zoom in, as it were. I can't increase the magnification enough. I can't really change the focal length or anything like that, so I'm not really being able to, you know, capture what my eyeballs see. Well, my eyeballs with glasses at least. Which is fine, you know, that's okay. If you see just even a little bit, I'll be happy with that. Now, the reasons why I'm duplicating this experiment with the, oh yeah, just to make sure you guys understand, overcast, there's not a whole lot of, like, all the shadows are diffused, so we're dealing with mostly ambient light. So it's not super bright outside. Now, and this is one of the things that Lemonbird thought he caught me out on. He's like, oh, it's super shiny outside, it's super bright outside, therefore the metal, the light is just glinting off of the steel that I'm using. Even though the steel I was using was kind of had a matte finish to it. It wasn't super shiny. So, not enough to emulate a light source, even though I had a light attached to it. So his contention was, oh, you can't do it during the day because reasons. Even though life is short, in his video, at the beginning of it, he does it during the day. He uses a piece of debris, right? You can see it's clearly during the day because it's nice and bright outside when he does it. Now, he doesn't say when or what time of year or anything like that. Now, I'm guessing. I don't know where he's from. So, when he says he was doing his observation, it was a clear night, and it was when you see the second observation, right? Where it looks like it's dark, well, it wasn't. That was simply just his camera either A, auto adjusting exposure, which ended up it went from being like, you can tell it was daylight. I mean, he even shows his setup. It's very much daylight. You get to see the sky, and everything's clear, right? Then he pans over to the right, like his side of the tree line, his side of the pond, and the tree line, to the right of him, and it's very clear, right? And it's really bright. And then as he pans back to where the light's supposed to be, back to that park bench, the exposure settings change. Right? The buildings now the houses behind there look darker, things like that. So, in reality, he probably did do it probably around this time of year, honestly. Depending on where he was at, might have worked. Now, I'll tell you a secret. I went and did this observation yesterday evening. About maybe an hour, maybe a little less than an hour, honestly, before sunset. All right, and I noticed something very interesting. And I'll probably discuss it after I upload that video. I'll have, well, if I upload it. If I upload it. Depending on how things go. Okay. This is where I would normally retrieve that first light, but I'm going to keep going and then I have to double back anyway. So why carry something twice? All right. Okay. Lemon Bird had some excuses. All right. One was, of course, time of the day. Well, I've kind of neutralized that by utilizing, well, a nice cloudy day. Right? I mean, it's overcast everywhere. All right, so heavy cloud cover. And I actually came out this morning, got rained on, and got some really interesting results from that. Again, I'll leave you guys sort of in suspense for right now. But anyway, did the observation yesterday, saw something really interesting, and decided I need to replicate the observation again. Right? So I did. And then I noticed a similar phenomena, but there was an interesting difference. Right? So I did a control. Right? So that I could later predict what would happen. You know? And before I did this particular observation, I did the same control. Okay? And see if it did exactly as I predicted. And it did. Do pretty much what I expected it to do, which is good, and which means that I now know what to look for when making this, if I ever have to make this observation again, what to expect. Okay? And hopefully I get a chance to do that. Now, as you guys can tell, I'm killing time right now. It's a long, well, not a long walk, but it's still a fucking long walk. This son of a bitch, this pond is like, it at some points, it's almost, I think, 900 feet. Right? I did an observation at 880 feet this morning. Got the results I figured I would after figuring this shit out. But yeah. Oh yeah, there's that bird box. I actually got to see an American bald eagle here, complete with fishing claws. It was really interesting. It was actually like up in that tree. Well, it had been flying across the sky, ended up in that tree. See, there's another bird box right there. So my light, I don't know if you can see it from here. Yeah, you really can't tell. The sensor on this camera kind of sucks. Like, you can't even see that. I can see it from here. The flashlight's in front of that, into the side of that bird box. Oh, yeah. This time I decided not to go for baggins because my feet are cut up like a son of a bitch. My big toes all slashed to hell. I actually think I stepped on glass. Rocks. Ouchie, but not really permanent damage. Or not really any, I mean, it's not all permanent, but no damage there. Glass, apparently I did step on some glass. slash my damn foot, my toe. All right. Oh, bless it on everything. I gotta go back to my tackle box and grab the darn ruler and the level, so no one can accuse me of changing any of the variables involved. I mean, other than the increased distance, because that's why. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I could have done this at 410, exactly at 410 feet. Right? Would have saved myself a shit ton of walking. Right? See, tackle box. Would have saved myself a shit ton of walking. You know, my life would have been slightly easier. But why? Why? I knew full well I would hear the words, "You need to go further. You need to do it further," which is exactly what Lemon Bird did. I said, "Well, you have to go further." Why would I? Why? Because you say so? Because the observation, what? Because it didn't match, therefore I have to go further, even though it should have, by all accounts. It should have worked just fine at 410. I could have just repeated it, 410. But I know how it is. I know the goalposts will be moved, quite literally, further back. So I went ahead and preemptively did it. I did put the observations to where they would be further. And here we are. There it is. Now, I'm going to show you something real quick. This is to take care of another claim that Lemon Bird had. He claimed that because the metal of this little apparatus, right? I had some that was sticking up. Okay, you can see it in the footage. It's not. There's no secret. It was sticking up behind the flashlight. So, Lemon Bird took it upon himself to claim that that was what was being seen. The shine from the metal instead of the shine from the light. So let's see how true that would be. Okay, there it is. As you can see, the metal is not sticking up above the flashlight, right? Alright, so I'll walk out a little bit further. Again, this is a really nice place. You know? Let's see if what he says holds true. Can you see the metal? Alright. Hold on. You guys are gonna have to tell me because I can't see shit actually. Huh. No? Doesn't seem that you're gonna see that metal behind it. Because it's obviously underneath it, as it were. Alright. Now, of course you can see this is really ultra clear water, so it looks like it's higher than it would be, but first things first. Let's go ahead and check the level. It's pretty fucking level, right? And the distance from here, put it right here, it's about what is it? Right about, yeah, right about there. Alright. So, again, still about the same distance. Oh, sorry, hold on, let me bring that up. My bad. Right about there. Alright. And just so y'all can see this. Alright. This is how much I had to stick it in the ground. That much. Alright. That's it out there. Go back to the thing. Alright. Turn it off. One second. Undo this. But yeah, that's where I was. Putting everything back in the thingy. Alright. Let me adjust everything. Sorry for the length of this one. I just had to. Anyway, that's where I was. And that's where was there anything in there? I can't tell. Looking at a cube. Putting my fighting flies suck. Get off of me. Blood sucking flies out here. Anywho, all right, yeah. It's almost worse than mosquito. All right. All this thought, I need to switch this. I'm actually getting a little tired. Being eaten a goddamn live. Okay. And now we walk to the other point and I head home. Yeah, right about here. Right, and I mean, you can probably, if I look over there, you can see my damn fucking footprints in mud. But that was the point at which it was 880 feet. But once again, I kind of started to realize what I needed to look for, and that spot was just not quite right. Not for the distance, but for other factors. And I kept those factors in mind. As I was going about doing this. Flat's falling. Just need to make sure I'm not going to accidentally touch the off button. I have done that already. I got about this fucking far, and it cut out on me. And I like doing these where they're uncut. Okay, because if it's uncut, you can't accuse me of lying or trickery or anything like that. So it's a what you see is what you get kind of thing. Again, I know this is going to be a long one. I'll probably do an edited version of it where it's a little shorter. Just cut out all this fun stuff. Anyway. So let's see now. I took care of two primary issues. Well, three of them. I needed to somehow, for some weird reason, go further. I needed to what is it? Took out the possibility of the metal being, it's shiny metal. One, it's an overcast day, not a whole lot of shiny metal going on. But I mean, as you can see, this is what it looks like, right? It's not overly shiny. It doesn't have a nice pearlescent luster like stainless steel. Come on up. No, I'm kidding. This is my 5th outing out here now, I guess. So nice place. I have to actually come fishing. There's another actual another lake or pond, whatever, down that way. It's funny, not a lot of mosquitoes going on right now, but fuck if they're not biting flies. I got to see rabbits earlier. They're crossing my path. See, that's the artist coming out right there. You see some stuff, right? You see something as simple as wood grain, or in that case, just the gnarled, bark and the pattern it was creating. You see that kind of stuff, and you're just like, wow, it's fucking cool. Like this shit here. You know, the twisting of a honeysuckle vine. Love honeysuckle. The smell of it, the actual taste of it. It's one of the things we would do as kids. Pick the flower, and you would grab the pistil. Pull it out, and with it you'd have a little drop, a tiny little drop of honey, or not honey, my bad, nectar. It's not honey yet. So memories. I know it's super long. Y'all can fast forward through all of this part until I get to the lights, if you haven't already. Now, what I did different this time, both lights are above the water, right? So, if you thought I was going to have one right on the water, I didn't. I could have, but I wanted to switch it up, see if it was any different. One of the things that I did notice today was that as you're standing up and looking, actually looking at the lights, you get to see the reflection. At least the one that was closer, one down yonder. It was much more noticeable being above the water. So, alrighty then, my little descent into darkness. That's actually, again, pretty ambient. You know, we're under trees here, whereas that first day that I got footage, it was very pretty dark. You can see my shadow, so you notice you can't really see my shadow. And this is about the same time period. Everything is fairly, so it's a nice ambient kind of feel to it. Alright, so you can see the setup was the same. Now, Light was above the water. The metal is underneath it, so you can't claim that it would. So Lemon Bird, especially, isn't going to be able to complain, or at least you try to use that as an excuse, right? That excuse just kind of dies out because you're not going to see metal below it and not see the light above it. That just doesn't make any sense. We will once again go down into the water. Minnows. There's a turtle out there somewhere. Oh, went under. Alright. Can you see how many times I've done this? Those are my big ass fucking feet. Looking at. I have to do this without falling. Okay. Once again, there's the setup. I go down, and you can see there is no way that you would see any kind of metal coming off of that. It's below it. Again, it's still on. Yep, it's still on. Yeah. Yep. All right. There was that position, and I was over. There's that bird box. I was right over there. I haven't seen the footage, but I'm gonna bet, given the distances, the light here at this position right here by the log. By the way, Lemon, this is the log I was referring to that you couldn't see. That was behind the metal, and you claimed it was the metal you were seeing. Somehow didn't see the log right behind it. I don't know. That point there, due to, as you can see, the way the wind kicks up the refraction going on, it kind of gives those whiteout zones. And that's just scattered light, essentially. That's why it looks the way it does. It's just wind, right? You can see it do it. It's really fucking cool, right? When it does it, because it does. It creates a whiteout zone. So it may not be as visible, just due to that stuff. We'll see. Might have gotten lucky, might have not. You guys get to hold me accountable either way. Okay. I've been the Bearded Devil. Thanks for watching.